Okay, moving on. Thou shalt not take thy name of the Lord thy God in vain. The one that really catches my mind quickly is the "oh my God" statement that people have. I have many Catholic prayers, and they all start with, "Oh my God, I am heartily sorry for having offended thee." Remember that one? That's the act of contrition, right? Have you offended God using that OMG thing? I change it into, "oh my goodness." Okay? Number 3, remember thou keep holy the Sabbath day. It's the day of rest. I was a nurse for 30 years. I could not say, "I will not be working on Sundays ever." And we all rotate and rotate. And so I lost a lot of masses, didn't I? Because I was typically a night nurse, which means I sleep all day. Okay. The next, number four of all of these. The first 3 are about him, right? To praise him, to not say his name in vain, and to go and worship him on the Sabbath. The next one, right after that, is honor thy mother, honor thy father and thy mother. Wow, we got a lot of that disrespect going on right now because someone gave power to the child. The child is to be raised by the parent, not by the government, not by the system, not by the school education system. The parent is the only person that should influence that child. And that child, the parent, should be influencing the child that to go to God, to seek God at all times. God will take care of us if we let him take care of us. Thou shalt not kill. Wow. A lot of people in that category, right? We shouldn't kill. That is so true. Oh, what was that? My body, my choice. Anyhow. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Hello, married people. Oh, one of the easiest things to do, isn't it? It's sad, because you're supposed to devote your entire rest of your life to your partner. I don't know how many people have gotten this far, but my mom and dad, if you looked at any of my other videos, they made it to 70 years. 70 years. They renewed their vows. My father was in a hospital bed in the living room, and they renewed their vows. And my dad received his last rites and his last communion, and 6 days later he passed. Okay. That's devotion to one person, both ways, until death do us part. Thou shalt not steal. I have to work for my stuff too, right? So when somebody steals it, well, they didn't have to work for it, but they were living off the, let's just say whatever I was stolen. They're living off of me having to buy it, and they just take it. And right here in the Bible, one of the 10 commandments, do not steal. So like I say, to any of these things, sins, if you get put in jail, you weren't listening, were you? You were listening to the other person. Number 8, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. And this has been, I'm just going to put it this way to you. we have one person that we all know that has been kind of like persecuted for 12 years straight, and nothing has stuck to him. False witness. False witness is a sin. Number 9, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. You remember David and what was her name? Bathsheba, up there on the balcony. What was she, showering? Or I don't know. Doesn't matter. We know the story of what happened there, but the point is that he is looking upon something that is not his. It's not his. That also goes the other way. If it's causing him to sin, remember what did Jesus say? Pluck out the eye, right? And there goes the glasses again. Pluck out your eye. Because it's better to have entered heaven without the eye than, okay? So that's the scenario there. Men are attracted to women. And so the more provocative the woman becomes, the more visual she becomes to the men, right? Don't covet thy neighbor's wife. If she's married, she definitely shouldn't be out there doing this. Definitely. Anybody. And number 10, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's goods. Again, we run into to envy all the time. Oh, look what they got. Do you wish them bad luck or something because they seem to possibly be able to get a little bit better off than you are? Let's not worry about what other people got. Let's not worry about what other people do. Let's worry about what we do. And you know something? It's going to be what you do that gets you into heaven. And God gave us 10 little rules. Too simple, aren't they? Very simple. But we right now have a half of us. I'm not going to say half because it's maybe like 25% of a certain group that wants to go exactly the opposite direction of God right now. And it's kind of like, why would you do that? Oh, that's right. You're getting paid to cause ruckus. Okay. Remember I told you you need to stack up your treasures in heaven, not here on earth. If someone pays you to cause havoc, you should say no, because it's a bad thing, right? Automatically. So, I want y'all to think about praying over your church. That's where the battle's going to be, is good versus evil. I'm sorry, people, but you better start praying. You better start praying the rosary. If you're not Catholic, try to figure out how to become Catholic before tomorrow. The King James Bible. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? Remember, that was the language of that time, and that is totally beautiful language. That's why we always love William Shakespeare. But what happened in the Catholic faith that the Protestant, that book was invented? Let's look at Martin Luther. Martin Luther in 1517, remember he banged all the 95 theses on the door of the church. Something? The Catholic Church had problems. It really did. Hey, do they have problems today? Yeah, they do. Was Jesus tempted in the desert? Yes, he was. Did Jesus pass? Yes, he did. We have men who fall. It's not the church. We have men who fall out of grace. You understand what I'm saying? We need to get back to God right now. Right now. And it's the Catholic Bible was written before the Quran. It was written before your King James. Read the story about King Henry VIII and his 6 wives, and why he started to declare him God, because the Catholic faith would not divorce him. So he changed the whole thing. Changed the whole thing around. He is now the supreme leader of the church. And God's not happy about that, okay? Love y'all. Be right back in a little while.